Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kwadash. Also as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continue to move very well to this very day. That is continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And also as well, Shalom to the Hofi elect that are also laboring this work, continuing to spread this gospel to the other members of the Hofi elect in faith, in truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. All right. Now, I haven't came up with a topic for this video as of yet. This is pretty much an impromptu. And, this lesson, this video is going to be concerning the times that we're about to enter into, which is going to be Jacob's trouble, which is spoken about in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Okay. And, it's going to have to take with the things that Esau Edom, which is the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man, the force that he's going to come with, concerning Jacob's trouble or martial law, which is prophesied within the Bible. What do we have in this time to protect us from what Esau Edom has laid up in store? Okay, because you got our people that are trusting in their guns, what they have. But when it comes to Esau Edom and what he has, okay, this man has perfected his weaponry. He's perfected his armory. Okay. Why? Because concerning the sword, that's his blessing. Okay. When you read about it in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, okay, that's his blessing, man, the sword. Okay. And he's going to use that blessing, right, to enact the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because the scriptures say that this man was going to come down with great wrath. Okay. And also as well, this man is also deemed as the Lord's weaponry. Okay. Or the Lord's sword. Okay. Where it speaks about in the scriptures in the book of Psalms, where it says, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay. Because this man is the Lord's sword. All right. And the Lord is using him to enact vengeance. All right. To enact his will. All right. Because Esau Edom, he's just a tool. Okay. That's all he is. And the Lord is using him to the fullest extent. All right. And since Esau Edom's been given the blessing of the sword, that's what he's going to use. All right. And that's why, we need, an external force to be able to escape that. All right. And that's why the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is going to give his men power. Okay. In particular, spiritual power. All right. That is what's going to be needed in that time to come. All right. And it can be by way of, it could be by anything. Okay. Any situation that comes to us, right, or that we run into when Jacob's trouble is in full effect. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to set up a standard. Okay, it tells you that in the scriptures as well. All right, because those floods of troops, all right, which are the martial law troops. Okay, they are going to be, long before you know it, all right, the streets are going to be littered with them. Okay, because right now we're into the time of high alert. All right, where Esau Edom is going to pull out all the stops to ensure that his agenda, right, his NWO agenda, is met. Okay. Because as you see what's going on around the world, right, tensions are growing. Okay. War is brewing. Okay. And all the nations, they're gearing up for war right now, man. All right. They're gathering in the region, which when you speak or read about in the scriptures is Jehoshaphat, or in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat. which means the Most High's judgment. Okay? So, we always say this, man, that since war is brewing around the world, all these other prophecies are spoken about within the scriptures must needs be fulfilled. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and hop into the precepts I have here. Like I said, this is an impromptu video. I'm not going to make this too long. So first I want to grab Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Okay? It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Okay? And what are the heavens talking about? All right? That's talking about us. We represent those heavens. Okay? Why? Because that's especially hearing this truth. Okay? Because this is what it's talking about. All right? The men of the Lord that you see that are teaching. All right? And that starts with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down. Okay? That's why it says rejoice ye heavens. Okay? Because who's rejoicing right now about what's going on around the world? Seeing everything that's taking place concerning prophecy. All right? The men of the Lord. Okay? That's who's rejoicing right now. So that's why it says rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right? And it says woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. That's talking about everybody else. Okay? Woe, that word woe means destruction. All right? Calamity. All right? So it says woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. All right? Talking about the rest of the people outside the circle. Okay? For the devil has come down unto you. Right? And who's the devil that the Bible speaks of? All right? It's talking about Esau, Edom. Okay? When you go into the word devil, one of the definitions is diablo, or one of the words is diablo. Okay? Which means what? Deceiver. All right? Accuser. Slanderer. All right? And who has done that ever since they've been in power in this time that we're living in today? Esau, Edom. Okay? Again, the so-called white man. All right? And the ones that he has accused, right, and slandered is our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? Because when he asserted his rulership, that was one of the main things that that cemented his rulership, which was deception. Okay? That's why, and that's also one of the attributes of the nation of Edom as well. Okay? The attribute of deception, because he is a cunning hunter. Okay? A hunter uses deceptions. All right? They use traps. All right? They use everything, concerning trickery, to catch their prey. All right? And we're the prey. All right? Esau has his eyes set on us as the prey. Okay? And that's because of the blessing that was given unto us. Because he was given the blessing of the sword, right? And the fatness of the earth. And we were given the blessing of having dominion over the planet Earth. Okay? Because Jacob was given that blessing. All right? And Jacob is the progenitor of the Israelites. Okay? That's why the promises, all right, was given unto that chosen line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? And he put by Esau. Okay? So, reading on, it says, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. All right? And he knows he has but a short time. Why? Because the men of the Lord are continually waking up. The elect of the nation of Israel, all right, is continually waking up to this very day, man. Okay? And, the apostles and elders said it before. Okay? It is more than likely that they're already sealed. All right? And so, therefore, now this man is now in crunch time. He has no time left to, properly plan out his moves. All right? No, he has to make a move now. Okay? Because, again, the destruction is brewing. All right? And he's running on borrowed time. So that's why he's going to come down with great wrath. When the scriptures say he's going to come down with great wrath, all right, that means that he's going to do everything imaginable, all right, to push his agenda. All right? He's going to pull out all the stops to ensure that his rulership is cemented. Okay? That he has a permanent rulership. All right? And he's doing it by way of the MOTB, the C-hip. All right. Spoken about in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Okay. So again, it says here, it says, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay. And that time is expiring, man. This man only had a little season to rule. Okay. And he's running out of that little season. All right. So I'll move on from there. So I'm going to grab the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10. And this is at verse 13. It says, there are no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. Right. So in that time to come, and it is also spoken about in Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, is known as the hour of temptation. Okay. That's when everyone's going to be tried in that day. Okay. Because scriptures speak about every man's work being tried by fire. Okay. Of what sort it is. Okay. And, no matter how you look at it, everybody in one way or another is building. Okay. Everybody's building towards something. Okay. Whether it's spiritual or whether it's carnal, because these people that you see today, they're building a carnal building. They're building a structure that's made out of wood. Okay. Sticks and stones, man. Okay. Basically toothpicks. A house of cards. Okay. In other words, something that's liable to be toppled over or destroyed. Okay. Because when that fire comes, all right, which are representation of the trials, right? It's going to come by way of martial law. Okay. When this man enacts his draconian laws, okay, and mandate the C-hip, right? That's going to be that fire, and that building is not a solid structure, right? And the scriptures speak about that, right? Structures made out of wood and stubble, all right, or made out of wood, things that are more liable to burn in the fire, okay? And then you have other structures that are being built, right? That's made out of gold, precious metals, all right, to withstand the fire. That's going to withstand that fire in that day. Okay. So depending on what that structure is, right, that temptation, all right, it's not going to overcome the ones that build a solid building, okay, which is based on the foundation of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Okay. Also, as well as another scripture, right, parable of the two houses that were built, one that was built on stone, and another building that was built on sand. Okay. And when the storms came and beat upon those houses, the one that was built on the stone, right, it stood. Okay. It withstood the rains and the storms that came. Okay. But reading on, right, it says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it, right? So the Lord's going to come with all manner of methods to have us escape out of this coming temptation, which is, again, it's the hour of temptation. Okay. So going on from there, I'm going to grab this last precept, and I'm going to close it out. This Ezekiel chapter 21. This is at verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, say, a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. All right, so that sword is being furbished and is being perfected. Okay, it says it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, it is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? Right, so that sword is being sharpened and is being furbished, it's being perfected. So should we make mirth? All right, should we basically go off into wayward things concerning the world? All right, basically playing around, man. Okay, should we be playing around when the sword is being sharpened and furbished? No, man. Okay, these are some serious times. All right, and that's why we don't really have no time to be going back and trying to deal with some of the little nuances or the these little things concerning different matters, man. No, man, we're getting to the time to where Esau Edom is about to come down with great wrath, man. We don't have time to be playing around, man. Okay. So let's see, verse 11 says, he had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened and it's furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Right, who's the slayer? Esau. Okay. Edom, that's the slayer, man. Okay. So the sword has been given unto him, which is his blessing, okay, to be sharpened and furbished and perfected, okay, to give unto him, because he's known as the slayer. The Lord has appointed him to be the slayer, okay. So with that being said, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, of course, is going to lift up that standard, right? I'm going to go ahead and I know I said it's the last precept, but let me grab this. Yeah, I know I quoted it a few times. I got to get it. Here it is, Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Okay, from when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, shall lift up a standard against them. All right, and again, what's that standard? That standard is that spiritual power. Okay, and like I said, it can come in any form. All right. So that the Lord can allow us to escape those temptations, man. Okay. But that's how the Lord's going to deal in this time, man. Because again, like I said, Esau Edom, the force that he's coming with is going to be a force that we're not going to be able to handle, concerning the flesh or concerning, carnal matters or things that are carnal. Okay. Like I said, basically stocking up your weaponry, your guns, your ammo and all that. That's vain, man. Okay. That's vain and it's carnal, okay? Because you're trusting in that same blessing that Esau Edom has, okay? Which he has perfected it, okay? How you going to use Esau's blessing against him, man? Okay, no, the blessing that we need to have is it's the blessing that the Lord has given us since the beginning, okay? Or given us since since Jacob and Esau, when they were born, and they've been given their blessings, okay? So the Lord's going to give us power, man. Okay, to be able to withstand all that. That's that standard that the Lord is lifting up against that flood, and that flood represents those armies, man. All right, those troops, should I say? Okay, that's what the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is going to lift up in that time to come, man. Okay, we're not going to rely on our guns to protect us in that day. Okay, no, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai has to intervene. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out on that note. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone everywhere well to this day. And also Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Still continuing to labor in his work and labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, in truth and sincerity, and all charity. And with that, I'll say Shalom.